Hey, what's up YouTube? This is CaptainChurrr. Welcome to my episode 4 of how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Today we're doing Monarchs and we're doing the domain Monarch variant. Sometime in the future I'll do a version of the extra deck Monarch, so that's a variant that has a higher ceiling, a lot more explosive plays. But the main Monarch is really good. It's actually great. It's one of the best decks in the game. Be able to stun your opponent and interrupt them a lot during their turn. I'll quickly go through the cards, but it will help a lot if you guys read each card yourselves. Make sure you guys read the text in full so you understand what each card does, and helps you avoid misplays, and you'll know what to do with certain hands even when you brick. So here we go. We run 3 domain. This is our field spell. This is what makes this deck domain. And what it does is it locks out the extra deck. A lot of decks in Legacy of the Duelist rely on the extra deck and getting their big monsters out. And this card just locks them out, so they aren't unable to access it. Like decks like Burning Abyss or Raid Raptors, you name it. Flawfuls, whatever deck that their win condition is the extra deck, the main kills it. Also, it raises the attack of our tribute monsters by 800 during the battle phase, and also it can so let's say we got a level 8 and we only got 1 card as a tribute, so obviously we can't get a rebus out because we need 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a level 8. The main Monarch, the main of the true Monarchs, can reduce the level of the rebus to 6. So instead of needing 2 tributes, you just need 1. So it's a really good card. It's really searchable as well, so you can consistently see it. 1 Foolish, the main card that we'll send from Foolish is it there. We'll get to it there later. Frost Blast, so it's just back row destruction, and just the fact that it's a Monarch spell, we can always recycle it, so we can always put it back into our deck, or we can return it from out of play to our hand through it there. 1 for 1, probably one of the best cards you can open with. So if you open with this card, you'll highly likely win if you open 1 for 1. And if you open like an Aether or a Rebus, definitely be in a position to win. One of the best cards in the deck, Pantheism. So you just pitch a Monarch spell trap on your hand, draw 2 cards, and also when it's in the graveyard you can banish it and search any Monarch spell trap and add it to your hand. So really good. We've got a Rotor to search out there. We've got 2 return, so this card, when we make tribute summon, this card's on the field, we can add from our deck to our hand 1 monster that's 2400 or 2800 attack, and that's our level 6 and our level 8 monsters. 3 Tenacity. Oh, actually, with return, the card that you definitely want to add to your hand is the Aether. You always want Aether in your hand. Tenacity helps us search any Monarch spell or trap cards by revealing one of our level 6 or level 8s. So once you see this card, you know that it's a domain, it's a Frost, it's a Pantheism, it's a return, and it's also this card, the Monarch Stormfall. This card's busted, so you just play it, and you can use one of your monsters as a tribute for the tribute summon. So if let's say your opponent's got Crystal Wing, you just use Stormforth and then you just tribute the Crystal Wing, so it's really good. 2 Twisters for the back row, 1 Upstart for consistency. Just 1 Upstart makes the deck 39 cards. Prime Monarch, you'll definitely want to see this card in your graveyard. You want to get it to your graveyard as early as possible. We play 3, so you definitely want 2 in the graveyard and 1 for yourself. So when it's on the field, you can target 2 Monarch spell trap cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into deck, draw 1 card. So not only do we get the extra draw, but we're able to recycle our Monarch spell and traps. Stops us from decking out and allows us to reuse like cards like Painfism. So we're always drawing, and then once Painfism's in the grave, you just put it back into your deck, search it out, activate it, draw the 2. So it's really good. And also when Pyromonic's in the graveyard, you can banish a spell or trap and then special summon the Pyromonic as a monster. And it's a level 5, it's got 1000 attack, 2400 defense, really good. And this is a card that we use as as a tribute. You can use it as a tribute as well. Free Adair. So once you see this card, if it's normal special summon, you can special summon your Eidos, or you can special summon Mithra, but you definitely want this card here. So this card helps us get one of our big Monarchs out. So you normal special summon the Adair will special summon Eidos from our deck onto the field, and Eidos' effect, it gives us an additional normal summon. So if you normal summon Adair, Adair brings out Eidos, and then Eidos gives you that extra normal summon, so you can tribute summon Erebus or Aether. Also when Adair hits the graveyard, it can return any banished Monarch spell or trap. So that's why we play the Foolish. Just in case if we need that Painfism that's out of play, we can use Foolish and send Adair to get the Painfism. We've got free Aether, it's one of the best cards. And you can tribute summon this card by tributing 1 tribute summon monster. So if you already made a tribute summon and you got Aether, even though that's a level 8, you can just tribute that 1 tribute to monster to get Aether on the field. Also when it's tribute summon, you can send 2 Monarch spell or trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 monster with 2400 or more. So you can special summon your level 6 or your level 8, and during it returns to hand during the end phase. So this card helps you OTK, it also helps you search another Monarch monster, and you can return it to hand. So basically the best card that you want to get out with Aether is another Aether. So another Aether returns to hand, and the reason why you want an Aether in your hand is because of this effect here. During your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your hand, you can banish 1 Monarch spell trap card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon this card. So during your opponent's turn, if you already tribute Erebus on your turn, and it's your opponent's turn now, you can activate Aether, tribute the Erebus, and then you can activate Aether's effect. So you can bring out like a card like Karaz, and Karaz can interrupt your opponent. So that's why it's really good. And also when you send in 2 Monarch spell trap cards with different names, the 2 cards you want to send is definitely Prime and Painfism. Those are the 2 cards you definitely want to send to the graveyard. Eidos, like I said, it helps you give you additional normal summon. And also when it's in the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 monster with 800 attack. It's basically you're targeting Adair. So once this card's in the graveyard and Adair's in the graveyard as well, you can banish Eidos and special summon Adair, and then when Adair's special summon, she can, or he can, whatever, he or she can special summon another Eidos or Mithra. So really good. Erebus, it's like Aether. You tribute summon this card by tributing 1 tribute summon, like you can if you want to. And also when it's tribute summon, it also sends 2 Monarch spell trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard. But instead of special summoning another Monarch monster, what this guy does is he can send 1 random card from your opponent's hand into the deck. So it's really good, especially when you're going first. So when you're going first and you're able to resolve a rebus, instead of your opponent starting with 6 cards on his or her first turn, they will start with 5 cards. And if you resolve this twice, instead of starting with 5 cards, they'll start with 4. Really good. And also, he's got another effect. Once per turn during every player's main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 1 Monarch spell trap card, then target 1 monster in your graveyard with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense added to your hand. So that's something to remember, like if you need to get back Aether from the graveyard or Rebus itself, and let's say if you had a prime in your hand that you didn't need, you can ditch the prime because you definitely want prime in the graveyard, and you know, you're able to just keep recycling your cards. CaptainChurrr, this card, we use this card for interruption and also to draw. So when it's normal special summon, sorry guys if you like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but like it just started raining. I was like, it's loud to me, I don't know if it'll pick up on the mic, but yeah, if you hear any like noise like that, if you guys can hear it, it's just raining. It actually just started raining out of the blue. I actually live in Australia, it's not really, doesn't really rain here. But yeah, we got CaptainChurrr, so when it's normal or special summon, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy those targets, and if you do, each player can draw 1 card for each of the cards they control that was destroyed by this effect. So if we need to draw, we can pop any 2 cards, like we can pop our own domain, pop our prime and draw 2 if we actually need to draw, or we can use CaptainChurrr to like get rid of our opponent's cards that's like, you really want to target cards that are important. So if your opponent's got like a card that stops us from doing something particular, those are the cards you want to get rid of. Or like, let's say we got a tributed monster and now it's our opponent's turn and we got an Aether in our hand. We can, and let's say the opponent's like playing something and you know, like they got like, say like they're playing a deck that has the brilliant engine in it, and you see them get out the they do the brilliant fusion, get out the Gem Knight Seraphonite, they use the normal summon or something like that. If you can see, like if I play like that, if you can see where they're going with it and they definitely need that Seraphonite on the board to finish off that play, that's when you can activate Aether, tribute the tributed summon monster, and then Aether's effect will resolve to bring out CaptainChurrr. Then CaptainChurrr can interrupt your opponent by popping those cards. Even though they get to draw the 2 cards, it might be enough just to stop them that they weren't able to finish that play. So it's kind of risky, but it does work out most of the time. I've done it a lot, and yeah, CaptainChurrr does, when you do pop 2 important cards, it really it hurts them a lot. And then we got the 2 Maxi and a 1 Mithra. Like you don't have to run Mithra, like there's other cards you can run, like you can main Majesty Fiend or Vanity Fiend, whatever. So I like Mithra because it's searchable, and also you can special something from your hand, and it gives your opponent a token when you do that. It also gives you an additional tribute summon. But I like the token because the token goes on your opponent's side of the field, and that helps when you're playing Burning Abyss. So once that token's on your opponent's side of the field, like a Burning Abyss, it's like, what do they do, right? That's what kills them. Oh, stuns them, I should say. Oh yeah, that's the main deck. We'll quickly go side deck. The Fair Twin Twister, just in case you need it. Mystical, Ref Panel. This card's really good. I like it has a lot of uses, but the main reason why I run it is in the mirror match. So either if you're playing the main or extra deck, as soon as they play Pantheism, you chain this card to it. So they activate Pantheism and you chain this card. Basically they have to send 1 Monarch spell or trap, and you get to draw 2 cards. That's good, right? Even if you're playing a guy, like if they have Pot of Duality, they activate Pot of Duality, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you get to add 1 card from your deck to your hand. But your opponent is not doing it, so this card's really good. And also they can't special summon on their turn, because this is happening on their turn, so they activate the pot of duality, but you're the one that gets to reveal the 3 top cards of your deck and add 1 of them to your hand if you chain this card to it. So it does have a lot of uses. Like, you actually have to go on Google, search this card up and look at the card rulings on what certain cards that this card can chain to get the effect of, and what cards you can't chain it to. So, but the main reason I have it in the side deck is just for the mirror match, like when you're playing Monarch. We got the 1 Scolding, so if you know you're going first, you just put the Scolding in. It's really good. You pretty much can negate any spell, trap or monster effect, and when you negate it, you actually banish them and you pay the 3000 life points. Oh, you don't actually banish it, sorry, it's destroyed. We got the 3 Chaos Hunters, so when we play Cosmo, a lot of times they'll special summon a monster. Definitely when it's a monster that's lower than 2500 attack, that's where you can discard 1 card and special summon this card, Chaos Hunter, and your opponent can't banish cards. So a play that you'll see a lot when you play against Cosmo is once they get their Dark Destroyer out, sometimes they will pop themselves, because Dark Destroyer, when it's special summon, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Normally they'll get their own Dark Destroyer out and destroy itself, and what that allows them to do is use its ability to float. So it'll hit the graveyard, and then its graveyard effect will resolve, and then it banishes itself, and then you can special summon any Cosmo monster that's below level 8. But once you see that play, you can activate Chaos Hunter from your hand, so when Chaos Hunter hits the field, they just destroyed their Dark Destroyer and they can't banish it. And they can't banish any cards, so like if they had another Cosmo card on the field, they wouldn't be able to activate Cosmojo. So really good card. We've got the 3 Evic Veiler, so we know playing against Monarchs again. Evic Veiler is universal, it's just monster negation, but definitely here for Monarch. So the cards that you want to hit with Evic Veiler is the Dare, because the Dare helps get the deck, any Monarch deck rolling, and you want to hit Aether as well. Erebus, but these are the 2 main cards you want to hit with Veiler. Flying Sea for like decks like Burning Abyss, or any deck that goes into extra deck a lot, like XE Summon. So it's a good idea also, so it's hard to say when you're playing extra deck Monarchs, because extra deck Monarchs do a lot of XE summoning, and this card can stop them. Got 1 Majesty Fiend. You can actually main deck this, like I said, because it's 2400 attack, 1000 defense, so you can search this card off return. Really good card, because basically it just monster effects cannot be activated, so definitely you want to get like your you want to tribute summon either Erebus or Aether, and then you get Majesty Fiends on the board under domain, and that's, so you got like a tribute to monster. You'll have 2 tribute to monsters under domain, so they get the attack boost during the battle phase. When you're attacking opponent's monster, I should say, and then their opponent's locked out of extra deck, and then they can't use monster effects. So really good. It's a good powerful card. And then just the last max C, when you're playing like cards decks like Burning Abyss or any deck that spams a lot, just side in the 3rd max C, especially if you're going second. Yeah, so that's the deck. I'll quickly show you how the deck plays, and I'll see you there. And we're back. So this is a match I had on rank with the deck. So you'll see that I open with this hand. This is one of the really good hands that I opened with. So we activate Pamphicin, ditch the domain, draw 2 cards. And we got a discard target for 1/1. So I should have actually banished the Pantheism first before doing this, but it doesn't matter. So we activate Adair's effect and we get items on the field. That gives us an additional normal summon. But pay attention, we haven't used our normal summon yet, so that's something to remember. And we're playing against a guy that was running Raid Raptors, so Raid Raptors rely on the extra deck, and what I'm about to do just stops him from able to do anything. So we banish the Pantheism to search for Tenacity, then we use Tenacity to search for Domain. So now we get the Domain activated, and once we make the Tribute Summon, our opponent can't access the extra deck. So we Tribute Summon those two monsters, and we get Erebus on the field. Then he activates, Adair chains to it, so we can return the Pantheism from out of play to our hand. Then we send any two cards, so normally you want to send Prime and another Pantheism to our grave. But in this case I just sent another Domain because I didn't need it. Activate Pantheism again, draw 2. So we drew another Erebus. So now we're going to special summon Prime as a monster by banishing one of our Monarch spell and traps. I'm just making sure that I'm not going to misplay here. So we lower Erebus from level 8 to level 6 through Domain. We're going to tribute the Prime, and we're going to hand loop him again. So send the other Prime, and we'll send any random card. So this setup's really good. So basically what we did is our opponent's got 3 cards in their hand and he's going second. We got 2 tribute summon monsters on the field. We got Domain, so he's locked out the extra deck. We got Pantheism in the grave, so we can use it, banish it, and search any Monarch spell trap. And we got Stormforth, and we also got Aether. So if we wanted to interrupt our opponent during his turn, we could have done that with Aether. So banish the Ido, special summon the Adair, and then Adair will activate, and we'll special summon another Eidos. And now Eidos will give us an additional normal summon, so now we got 2 normal summons again. So activate Stormforth, and we'll use our opponent's monster and one of our monsters, and this is how we bring out Adair, or Aether. The Aether's effect will activate, Adair's effect will chain to it, and we return one of our banished Monarch spell and traps. And then here we go again, we just send 2 Monarch spell traps, then we can special summon a Monarch monster from our deck to the field. Then we activate the main. We change Aphids from level 8 to level 6. Tribute summon, just the 1 card. And now we've got a full board. Look at the damage that we're able to do with here. It's OTK. Even you just need 3 Monarch monsters for the OTK. So this is why this deck's really good. Hope you guys took something from that. This is the main Monarchs, episode 4. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.